A man, you're in charge of your family and you're supporting. Your goal has always been to provide. But then when my wife got sick, that changed everything. In 2018, in October, we found out that she was diagnosed with cancer. Now, I couldn't solve this problem. She was in the hospital for a week. They released her, then we started chemo and radiation. Things seemed to be going halfway decent, but I could see it was a toll on her. When you go through times like that, you search for answers, you search for hope. You want to believe that things are going to get better. I mean, that's all you have. But I started getting some resentment from God. Why is this happening? I was angry because my wife, in my eyes, she was perfect. In December, she was ill again. The tumor in her chest had gotten bigger, and there was no room for an operation because of where the tumor was located. I was losing my heart, I'll say, because the disease was taking over her body. January the 5th, we were talking back and forth. Her writing started getting scribbled, and she was not moving her hand. And I said, "Are you okay?" And she wrote back, "Can't breathe, not enough oxygen." She wanted to be intubated to take the stress off of what she was going through. I went over and consulted with a doctor, and he said, "Mr. Jackson, I understand how she feels right now, but if we intubate her, you have to tell her the truth, that she will never come back." She gave me that look, and she just stared me in the eyes without saying a word, and I know what she meant. She wrote, "I am all ready." And she quietly went to heaven. God called her back home. It was really hard saying goodbye to somebody you've been with over 35 plus years of your life. When grief comes, it grips you, and it take you to a point where you don't know who you are, and you can't control it. GriefShare, the very first night, I cried the whole night, and they said that was okay. A pivotal moment. A couple years ago in the GriefShare program, we had a gentleman that lost his wife, and he had lost everything. And then the most important thing we didn't know, he shared that he had been fighting cancer himself for 10 years. At the end of each GriefShare meeting, despite everything he was going through, every time, I never once heard him say anything negative about God. Well, 2 weeks later, we found out that he had passed away. So at the graveside service, I felt compelled to let his children know how much their father impacted me. I wanted them to know their father was such a God-fearing man that he did, despite what was going on in his life at any given moment, he put everything in God's lap. If I had been here 2 years ago, I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk about my wife and give her the praise that she deserves and give God the praise for bringing her into my life. He's led me down paths of helping other folks. There's so many people out there that need help. If you ever come across anybody, a total stranger, just share what he's done for you, and he'll do the rest. But there's something about the belief in God. And when you get that within your heart, there is nothing that you can't face. It may not always be happy. It may not always be nice. But when you have God in your life and he's got your back, you can do anything. Before Jesus, I was a lost and confused person. After Jesus, I am a better person and a person of empathy. Do you have a story like that.